Was geht ab, Alien Savages? Und willkommen zu einer weiteren Episode. Good old. Lass uns reden. What up, fam? How you feeling? Let's feel our feelings. Let's take a deep breath. Everything is welcome. This is a safe space. Lass mal durchfühlen. Fully exhale. And inhale. Oh wow. You heard the sound effects? One more. Fully exhale. Inhale. Hold it. And when you exhale, make some noise. I feel overall pretty good. I have a emotional hangover that yesterday was a huge activation day. You know, the thing I cannot talk about yet. It went on from morning till evening, and it was just so much energy in motion. Whoa. And I really am proud of myself because I really showed up in action as the embodied, healthy, masculine. A job! Finally had a job! I'm this good man! Where am I needed? To show that, actually showed it, you know? And I did really well. So, yeah. But today I feel like brain dead. That's how it feels to me when I feel like my brain isn't fully working. And just emotional hangover that yesterday was so much that today I'm like, I don't want to look at my messages. Just a little depleted that my battery needs to charge up. So let's take a deep sip, and I invite you to take a deep breath. And one more time, my friends. Yeah, those sound effects. I told you, I think, in a podcast yesterday, or the recent podcast. I mean, I tell you again that I took ayahuasca. I drank it 3 weeks ago, and now that I'm really back in myself, grounded, if you haven't followed me, I had a really rough time coming back my body. I really connect now a lot to the ayahuasca vibration. You know, you can just, once you experience something, you can experience it anytime by remembering that vibration and then being in that vibration and not making a difference that it's just a memory versus actually being in that vibration. Because if you can remember it, in order to remember it, you must be the vibration. Otherwise, you couldn't even remember it. So what helps me is listening to ayahuasca music. And this one, it's called Noku Mana. And it has these sound effects in it. They're just really activating. So I made a cutout that when we take a deep sip or something that I can play them, because they're just whoosh, 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 hush, 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 shoo, 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 hush, 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 hush. It's oh, I get flashbacks, you know, on ayahuasca when I got served rapé to calm more down. But for me, it's both, that during an ayahuasca ceremony, getting served rapé is bringing me more in my body, but also rapé gets me so high. But it's when the pipe is anyways, I just really like those sound effects. So yesterday I was on my scooter and I just naturally was making those sound effects. And you know, it's chanting and stuff. You can go up, you can go down, whatever you want. It's where do you make that noise from? You can make it deep from your belly, and those are grounding. It brings you in your body. That's why I choose to be grounded. So my voice is pretty solid, pretty grounded. It's coming from my deep belly. And I can also speak up here and speak like this, and this is really high, and then it's not so grounding. And I love balance. And what brings me in balance to speak right now is speaking more grounded. So that's why it's coming from my lower belly. So you can always ground yourself or get high in what any way you want. So when you're like on the scooter, on the bicycle, or walking, you can chant and make noises and make them like from your deep belly if you want to ground. It's coming deep from my belly. You can like feel it. Or high from my crown chakra, the back of my head. And I'm gonna stop here because I can feel it. Like I go high really fast. Like I'm a little too fly, so I stay landed because I'm fly all the time and I don't wanna fly away, so I can still record this podcast. But I could this is how quickly I feel it. So if you don't wanna take drugs, my friend, you don't need to. You can literally just go for a walk. You can sit there and meditate and you can chant. So yeah, ayahuasca music is great. Send me your favorite songs on Instagram. I ask you in a story and you actually send me such amazing songs. So I'm working on a playlist with my favorite songs. And I'm going to share it with you. So, what else? Yeah, yesterday was a big activation day. So still, I go to inner walk every day, 1 hour. It helps me a lot to feel my emotions, to create, clarity in my head. And also, it's like the first 40 minutes usually is like I'm processing things, I'm feeling emotions, I'm like clearing my thoughts. And then the last 20 minutes, there's nothing left. So this is when I go really high in spirit. And yesterday I was really connecting to the ayahuasca vibration and I'm really on the state. And they are safe because I'm just walking back and forth. So I don't need to be here so much. So really. And it is really profound. Really profound. Like, wow. Wow. So, yeah, and then I always come back in this deep state of humble gratitude. Because walking back and forth for an hour is like the most humbling thing and also like the toughest thing, you know. All other things for me are so easy. It's all so easy, but actually walking just an hour back and forth or like meditating is like, this for me is right now the heaviest lifting. Like what's more challenging than that? It's so easy to do something, but just walking there and coming into the present moment of ground zero, that this is it. This is existence. You exist. You always have, you always will. Here you are. Here now. It's like, whoa. Okay. And I just get so humble, like, whoa. I'm so grateful to exist. I'm so grateful for this timeline. I'm breathing in that good ass prana. Let's take a deep breath while I blow my nose. Oh, I like the sound effect. So yeah, what else? Yeah, Jonathan is walking daily with me. It's great. Synchronistically, we always end up walking kind of at the same time, around noon. And then yesterday we finished synchronistically at the same time. And then we just had a really nice bro chat. So yeah, I can really recommend if you're also going through a lot, like activating people, you're waking up hardcore. It's a challenge to stay grounded. You're healing relationships. Everything is shifting, like where's up, where's down. Then establishing a meditation practice is a game changer. It's really, really wow. I can highly recommend it. And I love walking because it's, I mean, depends on your lifestyle. If you're already like really active and walk a lot, sitting down is great. But you know, here already on this podcast, I'm sitting down, you know. And on the scooter, I'm sitting down. So actually walking, I love it. Didn't see that coming, huh? Well, there it was, a sound effect just for you. Okay, let's talk about something deep. You know, I feel like the last podcast I got a little caught up in all the hate comments. Because I feel like either you totally get me, like totally, or you're like about to get me, or there are these comments that are just like, totally different reality. Like, in which dimension are you? And it's just puking bucket full of bucket. But yeah, just going in there is often toxic as fuck. So I don't want to like enmesh in there too much, but share more about my alien journey. And I'm getting like major downloads about the prophecy of my timeline, why I reincarnated on planet Earth. Like I really, I saw it all on ayahuasca, like so crystal clear. And I saw it many times my entire life. And I had these major moments like 2020 when my third eye turned on. During my 5th surgery on my belly, if you don't know, if you're watching visually, I have this beautiful scar on my belly. I call it my Schmuckstück, meaning my jewelry. And on the 5th surgery, I had what is called a walk-in experience. Like more of my soul, another counterpart that is also me, walked in this suit. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm here too. And it was weird as fuck. And no one warned me or anything. I mean, that's why literally I was in the hospital, because it's such a shock to the body that it's so important to have an excuse to blame, like, oh, I just had a major surgery. Oh, I'm having all the medications. That's why I'm tripping my balls off. That's why I literally see frequencies. Like when I, so I want to tell you about that. I just like, I think about it a lot this moment. So, you're still alive. Congratulations. Many of us died many times. But in this timeline, you're still alive. And this is like really congratulations. Like many of us died, like during COVID, 2020. Many died. Our families are grieving us now. They're like, oh, like Ferdi, he was believing in aliens. He was like in his fantasy world. And then he died. Or like in the hospital. He didn't make the surgeries. Poor Ferdi. But I'm not this version. I'm this one. And you're here as well, if you're listening. And you obviously do. Hi. Congratulations. You made it into the awakening timeline. This is huge. So, this 5th surgery was also a big one. I had this strong intuition. It's like 50-50. Either I'm going to die or I'm going to live. It was like a really long surgery, over 4 hours. And I went in there fully consciously from my home, that I had this huge hernia that needed to be fixed and this huge net getting under my abs to hold my stomach together. So I was going into the subway early in the morning knowing I have a huge surgery where I don't know if I will make it out alive. It's a really trippy feeling because you can live with this hernia. It's like you have constant pain and your belly is really weird because there's this big gap in your abdomen where when you stand up, all your intestines like go out of this hole, and when you lay down they go back in and they can like cut and get hurt. So it's not recommended to live with that, but I could. But obviously I don't want to. There was like a really tough time living with a hernia, like the biggest one you can imagine. It was like 15 centimeter long, like my entire belly. Like I don't have a belly button anymore through my belly button. So there's this, it's called the fascia, I think, that holds the middle of your belly together. And this teared because the surgery, they cut it open. And then they knitted it together, but it wasn't strong enough. So it was just like ripping open again. So they needed to like literally implant a huge net over it to like really close it. But it was a tricky surgery, and I went there fully consciously, like, okay, I'm gonna now not breathe for 4 hours, and it's gonna be a huge surgery, and will I make it out alive? Will I forever like have pain with this net? Like, it was crazy, like those times, but the alternative is like, oh, this is like horrible, feeling that and looking at that. Like I literally, when I stood up, I had a pregnant belly. It was really tough. I didn't share it so much because I was embarrassed as fuck. I felt like a horrible monster. I wanted to kill myself. So yeah. I didn't want to kill myself, so I did the surgery, but it was like going there was like also like suicidal kind of. This is how it felt, like, okay, use my free will to go on the subway at 7 a.m. in the morning in Berlin, Schöneberg, and I'm going under the knife, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but this sucks. So anyways, there Ferdi's also died, but this Ferdi that's sitting in front of you, and you're in this timeline as well. Hello, we're alive. And then when I woke up, like I went in the surgery, and it was like it looked like a horror movie. Like the tiles in the room, they were all green, like from a really old school hospital, and it was just like really cold. But the surgeon, she was an angel. Like she's really a angelic being, Pleiadian being. Like she has really powerful counterparts that are full on really advanced healers. I knew that, like that's why I chose this hospital. It was a bit outside in Berlin, and she like really did magic. So when I woke up from the surgery, since then my reality is so different. Like I was always this alien boy that I consider, but there really a walk-in, like more of my soul, another counterpart entered me. And I woke up and I was in my room. Usually the other 4 surgeries, I woke up in the waking up room where like all other people from surgeries are waking up together. But there I was in my own room with a huge window, and there was a huge tree outside. And I feel like this was really needed because this tree was really holding me in place. And I woke up and I was tripping as fuck. Like full on visuals that I like could see vibrations and the structure of reality, and the tree, their roots was like connecting into me, and it was like grounding me in this reality. And the tree spoke to me like this mother vibration, like ayahuasca, Mother Nature, Pachamama. And I was like, what the fuck? It's like, okay, yeah, the medications, but I just, you know, the months before I had like 4 other surgeries, waking up from full anesthesia, and it wasn't like this, anything like this. It was just like, I feel really warm, I feel like drugged. I'm looking down, like how many tubes do I have in my system, like what happened. But there I was peak ayahuasca, but I could actually like hold it. And there was this new part of me that now is normal. Whoa, there's a dog. Hi. Where are you coming from? This is no normal because now it's 2025 or 2024. Calm down, it was a joke. So 4 years now I live with that, and I love him because he's also me. But all of a sudden he was there, and this first moment, the first years, like still it's a little weird. Because I used to be this Ferdi, and all of a sudden I'm more than this in the suit, not just connecting to it. And I'm my physical ego mind, and this is my personality persona. So it was so different. I remember so many moments there where I was like going on the balcony, just looking at nature and thinking that like, oh, when I get out of the hospital, I'm gonna heal, and then in 3 months I can start weightlifting again, and I'm rebuilding my muscles. And before that I was more one-dimensional, but since that I'm really multi-dimensional, like hardcore. So I was like processing things way faster, like a whole new hard drive that, oh yeah, I'm building those muscles, and then what? Like this is not like all my excitements have shifted. What used to excite me, like my excitements before were like pretty basic. Like I go to the gym, I build muscle, I make a smoothie bowl, I study nutrition, Dr. Michael Greger, I make content about it, I create community, we're like laughing, we're having a vegan potluck, we're playing frisbee, I edit my vlog, I'm a happy boy, I'm happy as fuck. This is my highest excitement. I study Bashar, slowly, it's great, but that's it, kinda. And then all of a sudden like, oh, this little box is great, and I love this box. Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I wish I could go back to this box, but no, Pandora's box is open, and this excites me as like the baseline, healthy lifestyle choices and stuff. But this is not my highest excitement anymore. This is like, of course, I take care of my suit, yes, but my highest excitement now is to fully awaken, And then awaken the collective. Do my part in bringing balance to the universe. So, it's gonna be alright, Ferdi. You're not on vacation here. You have a big job to do as you, fellow starseeds, light worker, alien savage, however you want to call yourself. Like, I'm listening to the book, to the audiobook. You're not dying, you're just waking up, which I highly recommend, from Elizabeth April. Eve, she showed me a screenshot that she's also listening to it now. And synchronistically, this morning, it was talking about all the different types of starseeds. And then, like, I got goosebumps for a long time because she was talking about shapeshifting and walk-in experiences. So these are like really relevant for me. But there are like many others. So it's really nice to listen to it. Let's take a deep, deep breath while I blow my nose in my towel because I don't have a tissue near to. So. Why do I talk about my walk-in experience? Yeah, because I feel really alone in it, you know? Like, I don't know another walk-in like that. And it's just really weird, you know? I have like this alien in my belly since 2020 that wants to come out more and more. And I give it more and more space. And now it's like really here. Like, hi, I'm here too. Yeah. And it's really funny and it's really weird and it's also really alone because I don't have so many people that can relate to that and that guide me in it in the flesh. So I'm like figuring it out as I go. You know, the more I fuck around, the more I figure out. And fucking around comes with like hurting people, doing mistakes. Oh, no one told me. But this is who I am. I would love to see other Ferdis, you know. Like this was really wow on ayahuasca because I really could go to the oversoul perspective, something I could hardly hold soberly. But there on ayahuasca I could hold it, and it wasn't fun because it felt like my body's tearing apart because I was holding it in the flesh, and it's like too much. It's like Fifth Element style. It's just like so much energy, it doesn't feel good. But I could really go to the oversoul and see like infinite Ferdis. And I'm one that is still alive, and like I saw many that died because they couldn't hold that amount of consciousness in their body. They were piecing out, they were dying, and some of them were looping. They were stuck. And again, like there is no stuck forever. There's always a way out, but if you don't know that there's a way out, you don't know. It's like when you're on your computer and there's an error message. An error is like a loop, like a glitch, like not a glitch. It's like when you have an error, there's something you don't like that. You know, it's like it doesn't feel good. This is what I mean. Like, of course you can like be stuck somewhere, but what I mean with stuck, it's somewhere where you don't like to be. And usually it's where you don't find your way out and things are looping. So this is like just as a metaphor. You have an error message on your computer. Like I'm on WordPress, making my website, vegansavage.com, and I have this error. And it's usually our higher self telling us like, maybe not this way, try over here. But then I insist on keep trying. Like we all know this, where we have an error. And for 2 hours I try to fix it, but it's just not working. So I choose to stay in this error loop for 2 hours. I could easily like close my laptop and see the guidance that, not today, Ferdi. That's usually the sign. If you get an error, it's like, and it keeps coming up and you tried everything that excites you, it's like, not today. Red light synchronicity. Do something else. But we, with our free will, we can stay there. And also if we get like lost in dimensions, like lose our selves and cannot hold it in our body, like die and don't know we're dying and we're in between the living and the death, we can stay there for a long time. It's really shit. It's really fucking shit. That's like my it's one of my biggest fears. Like it's called a banshee. Bashar talks about it. Whoa. And I saw my versions who are stuck there for a long time. And of course they can always go out. But they need to come to realization that they are in that and that they are creating that, and then they can ask for help. So that's why I keep talking about it. You can always ask for help. You saw it like 10 episodes ago where I was almost losing it on the podcast and I was like, I need help. I was talking to my guides, people who came to me like, Jesus, I connect to him a lot. And they gave me 2 permission slips. Like either you pass out now So we can do some energy work on you to ground you more. Or you can even hold it, but you need to release. So go poop. And I was like, I'm strong, I can hold it. I went and pooped. I went to the table, I smoked my wooden tobacco pipe to like calm more my body. But it was challenging as fuck. But I am at a level now where I have like really solid permission slips and I allow help, not just in the flesh, but no, non-physical, from my spirit guides that we all have. You just gotta ask for help, you know. They're not busy. I mean, they have their life of themselves, but what is time to them in higher dimensions? There is no like linearly time, so they are always there. And your higher self, 24/7. At your service. Who do you think your higher self is? It's you, my son, my daughter. So, anyways, I was there on what is called the oversoul, where you perceive all at the same time. And it's why do I talk about it? Yeah, because it was really tough seeing all these Ferdi that lost it. Like, I feel like that's why, for example, my mother is also really worried about me. Because, like, yeah, there are many timelines where I died, losing my mind. And, of course, the mother doesn't like that. So she, like, really wants to ground me. But, Mom, good news, I'm alive. I'm here. And now I'm, like, really solid. Like, I'm grounded as fuck. And, again, like, when I say I still struggle with being grounded is because I'm holding so much consciousness. Grounding will be such a bitch for the collective waking up. Because people are not grounded at all. They're just dense. And once they wake up, they're losing their shit. And then they need us as anchors that already done the work and know how to ground themselves, hold that amount of consciousness in a 3D body in a way that actually feels good. And then we can hold their hand and be like, everything is alright. Just breathe. Deep breath. Yeah, it's all good. I've been there too. Like, I get these visions of my loved ones doing ceremony, like a ayahuasca vibration, and I'm just there holding space and like emptying their buckets when they're puking and crying and bringing them tissues and holding their hands while they get it all out of their system. And this makes me really happy. Like, this is like so exciting that we do all this work. Like, what is it worth that we can be there for others that we love? Like, during those hard times when we were puking over our own buckets, when we couldn't sleep, when we felt way too awake, and when we were alone. In those moments, that we can ground this energy when our loved ones then go through that we can be there for them. Like, during ayahuasca, how Rich was there. And he was like, everything is alright. Let me empty your bucket. Here are some tissues. So that's making me really excited. You know, I don't feel excited to be a shaman because I'm I'm too fly. Like, as a shaman, you need to be like really having a solid body, being extra grounded. This is not my body. So I'm not a shaman, but I would love to co-facilitate ceremonies where I'm just an angel, just like a space holder. Yeah, this makes me really excited when I think about like people I love and then eventually like being in ceremonies and holding space for them to like purge and let it all out and just be there for them, you know? Yeah, that's a really beautiful thought. It makes me really happy. No, the doggy came here and now he's sleeping there because he likes my energy. Oh, so yeah, I just wanted to, you know, I was like a little bored, so I wanted to get on a high vibration and just start like channeling about whatever. So I took my walk-in experience because Elizabeth April talked about it this morning and I just had a lot of flashbacks and I wanted to share it, you know. Like, there's so much about the whole hospital time, 2020. You know, I almost died in Bali having a ruptured appendix. And then it got worse and worse because the universe really taught me a lesson and prepared me for, he's going to have a major awakening. This is a little boy. He's not so grounded. How can we hold him here that he can fucking hold a walk-in experience? Okay, we need to almost kill him. We need to bring him in the hospital, that he has the 3D excuse that everyone is like, oh yeah, it's because of the surgeries. Oh, he's sick. So then he can hold it and he's in good hands and he gets medications and he can blame that. And then he also has the excuse to heal from the surgeries. Like, you know, I went to like Austria for 3 months just myself because like I was like, what the fuck is happening to me? What's in my body? What is that? I just knew I need to be alone and in nature and study Bashar and the universe. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a deep sip. And I was also doing a lot of spiritual work in the hospital. Like the other surgeries, when I woke up in the wake-up room, I'm gonna blow my nose again. So this wake-up room is the room where all the people wake up from surgeries. And during one of my most intense surgeries, the third one, I was in such a critical state that they let me stay in the wake-up room for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, it felt like. And they usually never do that. And after that, I got put in the emergency care unit. But I was like such critical state. Like I was like, they couldn't get anything out of my veins anymore. So they put it in my neck to get like things in and out. And that like all the machines were like going crazy. And I was like sweating so much. And I felt like, again, another moment close to dying. I was like, what the fuck is happening? And now, being more awake, getting like major downloads about it, I see, oh, I was actually put in this waking up room for so long. Why? In 3D? Why was I there so long? Oh, let's go upstairs in spirit. Let's see the bigger picture. It's all energy. Yeah, my energy in this room, waking up room. Hello? Waking up room. You help really this vibration of waking people up. Like once you wake up more, you see it's all energy, and then you see you don't even need to do so much. Like you can walk in a room and you can connect to all the higher selves of the people, and you can talk to them and you give them like energy. I always see like what is out of balance in people. And then I am naturally excited. My highest excitement is to create balance, harmony, peace. So I balance in people whatever is out of balance. And like when I talk to them, it's like in conversation, or when I touch them, it's like through touch. And if I don't touch or talk to them, it's energetically. And then I send them that balancing energy. So, yeah. This is really wow. Because during the whole hospital experience, I had no idea what was going on. I got suicidal. I was like, what the fuck is happening? This is a horror movie. I was a bodybuilder. I had the most beautiful belly button and six-pack. And now I'm like having an open belly and it's looking so weird. And every surgery, it's looking different. Like, what can I get used to look like? Fuck. It was really dark. And now that I can look at it from this point of view, I'm like, oh, that's why this happened. That's why I stayed in the waking up room for 3 days. Oh, this is, so yeah. Oh, it was actually a walk-in experience. Holy moly. Ah, that's why I don't have a belly button anymore. Because I'm literally not human anymore. Like I am, but not fully, you know. Like I still am in a human suit. But what's inside of me is not so much human. That's why it's weird as fuck for me. Can anyone relate? Yeah? Good. Because I feel pretty alone. But don't get me wrong, it's great being a human. Like I really made my peace, and now that my heart is open, like, oh my god, yeah, this is worth it. Feeling emotions. So that's me. Hello. How are you? Are you still here? Moving on. Yeah, I have nothing else on my list besides women just wanna be held tightly. Yeah, I went to a play party like 3-4 days ago. I talked in 2 podcasts ago about it, how amazing it was. And most women, I feel like they just wanna really be held, like actually be held, so they can just feel held like tightly, and they can just they're just being held. And like during this play party, I just held so many women. I mean, what is so many? Like a bunch of women that like happened organically, the connection. And I could feel how much, women just want to be held. So just hold them. Just hold them, like give them your full presence, hold them tightly and like actually hold them. Not just like physically, but energetically, emotionally, like all the ways. So they can just like fully melt in their feminine. And it's really beautiful to witness that. Because women, my friends, are the muse. And we as men witnessing the muse melting in their divine feminine is the biggest gift. So beautiful. So beautiful. How beautiful? So. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. I feel pretty complete. We're living in such funny times. So let's just hold on. So I really like today's podcast. Because I'm also getting like such funny hate comments where I'm literally laughing out loud. And then I'm like, oh my God, it would be like so fun to react to them. But then I feel like I get meshed into this vibration and it's not going so much anywhere because they're like literally not open to my vibration and they're purging. It's great, but it's not really going anywhere. And I know many alien savages, they watch me because they like my high vibrational content where I just like start to channel and talk about whatever. Doesn't matter so much what I talk about. It's the vibration I talk about in it, which is really activating as fuck. Like this is a bunch of people channeled me that my voice, you hear it, has healing and activation vibrations in it. So it doesn't matter so much what I talk about. Just by listening to me, it will activate the shit out of you. Why do you think you keep coming back? Well, I just told you. Because that's what I use my voice for realization. Baby, we can like actually look at things and realize the underlying vibration. It's not rocket science. It's actually pretty simple. And then playing the game of this human experience becomes really fun because you see where things are actually coming from. And then it's less hurtful and more popcorn. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I feel really complete. That's me. Here's the lighter. That was my turn of the sharing round. Now it's your turn. I'm excited to read your comments down below and your Insta DMs or WhatsApp messages. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Peace. Peace out, my friends. I love you. Bye bye.